Welcome to Sharon's Crochet Corner. I'm Sharon. I wanted to come on and talk about a different type of video, not to do with crocheting at the moment. I wanted to talk a little bit about me. I People have asked me, how did I get to be in a wheelchair? Really? It's a whirlwind with me because I've been never sure. I know I was born with congenital club feet, with both feet. I've had 14 operations on the one, and they always said one more operation and you'll be able to walk normal like everybody else. I didn't opt for one more and try to be, I guess, as they said, normal. So I opt to, at the age of 14, said, I don't want to do this anymore. Plus, I had post-polio back in when I was born. I was in a unit, and across from there was post-polio unit, and they were always on the other side with kids at that time. So later on, I was getting worse. I didn't really think about it. Just my walking got increasingly worse, and something always happens when that happens to me. So I went and had it checked out and asked what happened and why was my back and everything all wrong. I went to neurologists, I went to orthopedic surgeons, I went all over the place. And they told me that I had spina bifida. I didn't get the worst kind of spina bifida, but part of my body, I have no bladder control. I have everything else except bladder. I still, I can't walk very far. I can't walk in open spaces at all. If I were to do that, I'd be on the ground. And believe me, in the last year, I've been on the ground more than I want to even imagine what happened to me again. But through my life, I won't say I had a hard life. I had a little bit of a hard life, I guess. I had a daughter. She was born in 1973, and we had no inkling. We thought everything was fine, everything was perfect. She was a preemie. I'm not even sure how far early I was. I know I was maybe 6 months. She weighed 2.5 pounds. So we got her home and thought everything was okay. She ended up having Walderank syndrome, where her neck didn't, she didn't have a neck. Her neck sat on her shoulders. So she was great. She perfect till the age of 13, and they said that they had to go in to do some surgery because her neck was cutting off, something to do with her back. So they took her in, and they said that the surgery went fine, and she came out a paraplegic. And we knew that that might happen, but we thought, no, Tammy will be okay, just like everybody else. Well, she wasn't okay. She lost her bowels, she lost her, everything below was gone, everything. So I had to make a lot of different things in life to support her. So I had made bedding. Um, she couldn't bathe herself. She couldn't get up. I'd have to bathe, dress, feed, and this went on all the day. Well, we're working as superintendents in our apartment building, in which I was there for 36 years, Tammy was with me all of that time except for maybe a year. She'd gone off to live with a boy. She thought everything would be okay, and it didn't turn out that way. But we were good. I mean, we had lots of fun. We did crazy things. I mean, she would have a few drinks, and I'd go to put her in bed, and she'd fall to the floor, and we'd just laugh. But the hardest part for me was she was a big girl. Not to say that I'm not, but she was a very big girl and dead weight. So everything from her waist down wasn't working. So we experienced so many things with her. Well, I didn't realize that it was weakening me because I was her caregiver and I had to do everything for Tammy, everything. So it made it very difficult. And then her sister come along, and that didn't help either because Kim's getting left out, Tammy's getting all the attention, and it just escalated. And then I lost my daughter in 2009, Thanksgiving Day. Uh, we took her out, and she come home, and in the van, she went to say something, and she was gone. But those 37 years that I had with her were amazing. We laughed, we joked, we went everywhere together. Great big shopping carts, going in malls, and just everything. And plus, I was stupid. She had a baby as well. He was a cute little guy. Well, I had his care to do too. He was at home with a sat monitor, a ventilator, all kinds of things. I had to learn to change his trach because he had a tracheostomy put in, and oh my gosh. So that was a double burden on me. And then being superintendent, and my husband then had to do most of the work. And I lost him in 2000, and I lost my grandson in 99. So I've been put through the ringer, they say, and I guess I didn't look after myself. I was of the Almighty. I could do anything. I was never letting anything happen to my daughters, ever. So I was her caregiver. I was her everything. And this put me in a position where my legs were getting worse and worse. And I was already using a wheelchair at that time. And I was just, it didn't dawn on me. None of this. I was all finished with doctors because nothing could be done. I went to specialists. I wore braces. I wore canes. I went through it all. And just nobody had any answers. So now today, it's been no better. My walking is less and less. I spend most of my time in my chair. I'm very thankful to each and every one of you who helped get this chair for me. I mean it from the bottom of my heart, because without it, I don't think I would be here. I can't reach things, like in my kitchen where I spend a lot of time cooking. I can't reach anything. So, to give you some ideas, now, my chair right now is right down and to the ground. So, this chair does many things, as you, I think, are aware. But this goes up to the highest point. Now, I can still drive like this on a flat surface. It goes about 3 miles an hour. It's very slow, but this is my top. Um, Hang on a minute. Okay, this is as high as it goes. Now, lots of times I have to reach something. I still am not tall enough to reach some cupboards and different things like that, but at least I can do things and not have to ask Mike to keep getting things for me because I'm a very independent person. I don't like anybody doing anything. Like, I have a hard time up, like, in my bedroom, especially changing my bed, but it has to be done a certain way. I'm very particular. It's got to be done properly. So we put a chair upstairs for me because I just can't get around, and if I fall, Mike can't pick me up. So this is a blessing, which has helped with this chair. Now, my foot pan, I can take, I can raise my foot pan if I don't kill my foot first. Oops. Okay, getting foot out of the way. But I can, whoops, raise my foot pan. It goes up quite high, and now it still goes up more, but let me see if I can do that. Okay, this is my foot pan now. As far out as it will go. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to lower myself down. So if I lower myself down the way, plus I have to have a special pad in between for my legs. So they made a special pad there to go through them. Okay, so this, my foot pan is still up. Now, I don't want to bump into anything. I can take this one. This will raise me up. And this will turn into a bed. Okay, that's that. And then this will take you up. So this transforms. Oh, I can't move it. Sorry. I wish I could. But I can't go right down. It's my back will really hurt me. So I'm going to come back down where I can breathe. Anyway, this chair is done. And it is really amazing for me to be able to get around and not hurt myself, because I can get hurt pretty easy, especially my legs, which I don't, this one is, my left one is so heavy, it takes me ages to try to lift or do anything with it. It's just unbelievable. But I don't blame myself for what I've done with my life at all. I learned a lot being disabled. I have a great attitude. I feel as a disabled person, we're more giving than a lot of people. Disabled people have to learn a lot of things for themselves to become, to fit into the community, put it that way. Like, a lot of people, they don't understand what it means to be disabled, or they don't ask questions. And I sometimes wish that parents would take their kids, if they happen to see somebody, let them know that it's okay, that a wheelchair is not scary. In fact, it saves lives. Plus, if you explain to your children about a disability, they will understand so much more in life because they look at you and go, oh, she's got something wrong or he's got something wrong. I don't want to hang around with people like that. And it's still today. And still today, there's so many places that aren't accessible for us all around the country. It doesn't matter whether it's Canada or the United States. You can't get around. There's curbs everywhere. You can't. This chair, I couldn't get this up and down a curb. I'd be on the ground flat out, which I was already once and lost my glasses and face and everything. But I mean, it's going to happen. Like, I probably will have many more falls in my life. But this helps me not to fall. I use stair glides. I have a stair glide that takes me upstairs. I have another stair glide that takes me downstairs because my laundry room is in my basement and my bedroom is upstairs. So I have to have a way to get up and down. So we put stair glides in before we moved into our house. Plus, we had to ramp the house. So the front of the house is all ramped. My side of the house is all completely ramped. And we've just finished putting in a concrete pad because in the winter months, I can't go out at all. I'm bound, I have to stay in my house. Because what we had down before was, I don't know, I wouldn't even call it pea stone, but it was something. And I couldn't go out because I would go right into the gravel. Just like I can't go to a beach for the sand. I don't know if you saw the pictures. I think we put it on Facebook where I did go and dip my feet into the ocean, but we forgot to take my shoes off. So it wasn't dipping my feet. My shoes were all soaking wet. But anyway, I got to go to the ocean by a special rug that they have, and they put it, I won't say all the way down. The gentleman was nice enough, because I wanted to go down to the ocean, to give us this great big humongous chair, and they pushed me down on that and let me go in the water that way. But it was beautiful, a gorgeous day. The water was really nice. So these are things that you don't think of, but it would be nicer if people thought that, a beach. I'd like to go to the beach one day, just sit and maybe have a lunch or maybe dip my feet into the ocean again. But things like that, they don't have. There's a lot of restaurants that aren't accessible I can't get into. And just places like sidewalks and curbsides. I see so many vehicles parking at the curbside where I need to get up and down and they won't move. And I find that being very petty because they know that you only have one way to get on, one way to get off, right? And no. And a lot of stores, boxes, there are boxes everywhere, everywhere. I can't get down the aisles. And I'm the one that does all the shopping. Mike waits for me in the car, so I have to go in and get my grocery. Everybody's amazed what I do there, but I've done this for years of my life. I've done my own grocery shopping, my own everything, cart and all, and away I go. But if I can't get down your aisles, what good is it to me to be able to shop? Because there's items there I can't get. And now it's so nice with this chair, I can reach up and not have people come up. And I sometimes feel that awful when people have to ask, can I help you with something? Could I get it for you? I feel so bad because, you know, things are up high. And yes, I appreciate everybody asking me if they can help me. Yes, I appreciate it. And I do let people help me. I will say what I need and they'll get it for me. But I like to be able to do my own thing. It's just that it ticks me off when somebody stupidly leaves boxes in every aisle. I mean every aisle. And they don't bother to put things away. So I can't get there. And I'd like to shop in that store, but I can't. It's just terrible. But what are you going to do? It's been a hard life, but I learned a lot from being young. I used to look after a lot of people when I was younger, especially being in hospital, and I would go into some kids' rooms that couldn't get out of beds, and I massage their backs, and I would go when Tammy was in hospital. I'd go grab all the girls and wash their hair, and they thought that was just a treat. I take them to the sink, wash their hair and everything. You know, you just find ways to make people happy. And I did with these kids. They were so happy. But that's from me growing up the way I did and being in hospital for so long. I mean, it just, I guess I saw with my own eyes people that were a lot worse off than I am. A lot worse. I figure I'm got off easy, but I wish, like everybody else, I wish that people that are walking, I wish I could do that too. But you know what? I can dance in my chair. I can do things that people can't do that do walk. So I'm very happy for that. And so far, being here in Nova Scotia, nobody's come up and or said, stay away from her. She's disabled. You might get sick. And why do people do that? I mean, we're the same as you. It's just that we have four legs or four wheels to get around with, and you have two. It's just we can't get around on two, so we use four. That doesn't mean we're any different than you are. In fact, I'll tell you something, we're a lot better than you people are because we're more kind, we're more giving. We do things from our heart that touches me especially. This is why I guess I have my Zoom room with all my girls. Plus, I I'm just so caring. I want to do everything for everybody. And sometimes that's not a good thing. Not a good thing at all. But I try. And I guess I used to try always to make friends. And that wasn't a good idea. Not a good idea at all. So really all I have are you people in my life. But I hope this helps. And I think it helped me to explain. I wish and hope that you will all understand. It's been really hard. Like, I thought, oh goodness, can I make this video? Will people think less of me? Knowing what I've gone through or, you know, think bad of me or, put me under a different light. And I hope you don't. I hope that by sort of saying things from my heart that you might understand what a person goes through, because it's not easy, especially for me, especially to talk about myself, because I don't normally do that. I talk about everybody else because it's important and special for me. Same with Sassy. If I didn't have her, oh my gosh, she's my life, and I can't ever say anything about that. I'm hoping to find a mate for her so that we could have another little puppy like Sassy, and because I don't know how long Coco's got, but Coco doesn't like to really play, and Sassy loves to play. But she's with me all the time, and when she's not, she's busy chasing Coco and wanting to play. But I have a good life. I have everything I think that I need and want. More so from being in the hospital last October, and it was a big scare because really we don't know what happened and why my speech and everything went. I really didn't know what day it was. Um, Different things happened to me, and I was just unaware. Like the girls in Zoom told me that something was wrong. Um, Jen told me that something was wrong, and I just never thought. Like I would go upstairs at night, and all of a sudden I'm sleeping and didn't even realize. And then before I went into hospital, I went to sleep in the night, and I didn't wake up in the morning. Mike had to come and wake me, and I still wasn't waking up, and it got a little scary. And I never want to go through that again, ever. It was awful. So I'm trying to stay as healthy as I can. And wow, I think I told you enough stuff now. And probably all think, oh my God, that woman, does she stop? But no, really. Um, I hope that you'll understand what I'm talking about or what I've been through. And it's now been a good life for me. I won't say that it's not been. These past few years have been a little bit more hell than normal. But hey, we all go through things every day. It doesn't matter what it is. You can have a good day or you can have a bad day. It's your choice. And I try to have many good days where I can lift myself up and not be so down, because I have a lot of down days too where I shouldn't have. And I like to have fun with the girls in Zoom. I really do like to have fun. I mean, that's what it's all about. If you put yourself in a closet and you're going to hide from people, you'll never have fun. You'll never have friends. And I don't want to do that. I enjoy my girls. I think and respect them very much. I would do anything for them. I hope and think that they know that. We have a lot of fun, and that's important to me. I need that fun in my life. I need the laughter and hearing somebody's being ill or whatever. I need to hear that because it makes me feel good to go to that person and ask them and make sure that they're okay. That's just me, you know? Like, we have lots of good experience with people, or I have had, more than I care to imagine. I've been put down, I've been told a lot of nasty things, very nasty things, about my disability and everything from people. And I didn't wash that under the bridge. I got very upset when people would do that, and I'd lock myself away, even in my own home with my parents, because things didn't go right. I locked myself in my bedroom, and I only come out for a meal or to go to school. It was really bad. So I had a lot of responsibility being the oldest, and it was not good because of my disability. So if you have or see somebody that's disabled and you're not sure, don't don't stare them down. Just walk by, say hi. I'm sure they'll say hi back to you, and give us a chance, because the more doors we can open, the better off we'll be. And there's lots of doors that are so closed on us, and we need people. It's been I'm in my 70s, and it's been all this time that still doors are closed to us. And that's not right. Like, you don't see us in movies. You don't see us big people in anything that uh, um, a person that walks or talks goes into. You don't see that with us. They don't call for that. We're like we're I don't know the word, but we're no good. We can't do that. Give us a chance. I bet you any money we can do just as good or better. But maybe that's the way of the future or something. I don't know. But what can we do? But I hope this helps some people that did ask about what I go through. And, and that's basically what I go through. I do all my own housework. I do everything. And if I need help from Mike, he'll help me. But I don't like to ask. I like to be able to do it myself. Like I do all my floors, I do all my dusting, I do all my cleaning, everything, and my laundry. So, uh, and if you see me grocery shopping, you would see why. Everything, the cart's full. I get around like everything. So, I hope this helped everybody. I hope I said some things that are right and didn't sort of mess it up. Anyway, thank you so much for letting me into your homes. I I I feel blessed to have almost 2,000 subscribers. I thank you very much. That means a lot to me. That means that people are viewing my channel and maybe getting to know me. I'm not a hard person to get along with at all. In fact, very easy to get along with. I think people could walk over me and I wouldn't even notice it. That's the way I am. I'm just that kind of a person. Very loving. I give a hug every time I do my videos or even when I'm in Zoom. Now, everybody needs a hug. I don't care who you are. And disabled people need them more. They need to know that they're loved, and they really, really do need to know this. Back in the day, parents would have a child that had muscular dystrophy or CP or MS and also polio, and the father would leave. Right away, men couldn't handle a disabled child. It just wasn't said in a home. Women were supposed to have normal children, and if you had a disabled child, men were gone. I was lucky my dad stayed, and I was lucky my husband stayed. So I think I'm a pretty good person that they didn't leave me, and I'm glad of it. So if you have a disabled child, both of you, if you feel that it's too much for you, get some counseling. They'll explain more to you. If the doctors aren't explaining right, they will help you in counseling so that you or the other person doesn't leave. Because it's a two-way street, especially for a young child with a disability. And I'm telling you, there's lots out there. Lots. So just love the ones that you're with for the amount of time we're on this earth. There's no sense getting mad and beat on them. Just be you. Okay? I'm going to go now that I've chewed your ear off. Or whatever they say. I hope that everybody feels good about themselves and give lots of love and hugs to everybody. Again, thanks guys. See you in the next video. Bye now.